What is good, YouTube? I'm at Summer League chilling. Let me know what you guys think about Jabari Parker signing a 2-year deal, which is a little surprising that he didn't really try to go and get him a longer term deal. 2 years, 40 million is a lot. You pay him 20 million a year, um, and you're not giving him a long term commitment, which I'm really surprised that him and his agent didn't try to secure. 20 million a year is about the max you can get per season, and it's not a long term commitment either for the Bulls, which is good for them. I'm just gonna run down the forwards that they have. Chandler Hutchison is a small forward. He's a 6'7" guy. They also have Paul Zipser. He's 6'8", but he's not as good as Jabari. Denzel Valentine to me is really a combo guard, but they got him listed as a small forward when he's really a combo guard. Um, Basically, what I'm trying to tell you guys is this is something that they definitely needed um, at that small forward position with Laurie Marketing, Big Bobby Portis, and Wendell Carter. You need some type of athleticism. You need some type of size. He can space out the floor. He's a solid three-point shooter. I know he doesn't take that many attempts, but he has shown that he can make them consistently at the attempts that he takes. He's only taking 2.6 and he's shooting 38%. The last 2 seasons in Milwaukee, he shot 36% and 38% from three. He shot 49% for his career from the field, and that's with 10 attempts, 11 attempts, 16 attempts, and 10 attempts last year. He shows you that he can either be a six man or be a focal point of the offense, given a 20-6 just last year with 16 attempts that year, while also taking 16 shots a game. So Jabari Parker is a good player. I told you guys that I can see him potentially getting a max. I can see him definitely leaving the Bucks because the Bucks don't want to pay him because they're already cap strapped with Giannis getting 100 million, Chris Middleton getting 80 million. Then you got to factor in Eric Bledsoe. Even though he becomes a free agent next year, it will hurt them trying to keep him. And they have other players like John Hintz and Deladova that takes up a lot of the cap. And plus, it hasn't really worked. Jabari Parker has been very injury prone, and they gave him a solid offer during the season, but he had turned that down and rejected it. And he wanted to basically, he seemed like he wanted to stay with Milwaukee, but he didn't mind leaving. Same thing we seen with Nerlens Noel. He declined to stay with Dallas, and now he took a $4 million deal. Jabari could have got more years, more money if he would have just took the deal that they offered him. Instead, he wanted to become a free agent. I mean, be a restricted free agent and try out free agency. Best case scenario for them is going to a team like the Chicago Bulls, where this is his hometown team, and he get to play with a team that's young and growing up, trying to make a run at the playoffs with Chris Dunn, with Laurie Marketing, with Big Bobby Portis and Wendell Carter, their top 10 pick, and you still got Zachary Levine, who they just reached out to and got him to sign a deal after they really wanted to sign him during the regular season, but they ended up matching an offer sheet with Sacramento wanting to keep him around. I feel like Jabari Parker definitely fits in with this team, giving you that ball handling, a guy that can be another playmaker. Maybe not the best passer, maybe not the best decision maker, but he can get the ball and create shots for himself or others. Zach LaVine can shoot off the ball, and so can Laurie Marketing and Wendell Carter and even Bobby Portis. So you get another guy that can kick out the shooters or collapse the defense, or, worst case scenario, he's scoring the basketball every time he touches the ball. But they don't have any wing depth, is why I feel like this is the better fit for him. Milwaukee, they have a gluttony of definitely wings at their disposal, even going like Tony Snell and things like that. So, this don't hurt them as much. And remember, Jabari Parker done missed so significant amount of time each season, playing 25 games his rookie year, 51 games his third season, and 31 games his fourth season. The only season he played a lot of games was his second season, when he gave you 76 games and 72 starts. Other than that, they don't really utilize him that much because of the injuries. It is a tough thing for the Bulls to do, signing a guy with two major knee surgeries and, you know, it is a risk, but at the same time, you're only giving him a 2 year deal. It's not that long, and you're not fully committed to him long term. So he's 23. You get to see where he's at, how he plays, is if he's able to stay healthy. Does he fit with this team? Can he grow with this team? Is he the piece that you need to make a run at the playoffs and stay consistently in the playoffs? Or is he just a piece you want to try out, see where his mind at, see how he plays, see if he can be dominant, see if he can turn into a star? He already averaged 20 points a game with the Bucks, even though it wasn't in the full 82 game season. He showed consistently that he can shoot efficiently from the field with post ups, high post, mid post, pull up jumpers. The guy can flat out score. When he got drafted, everybody knew that Jabari Parker was the most NBA ready player in that draft, and he was getting better and better his rookie season. He just only played 25 games, and to me, at that point, he was the rookie of the year at that point in time before he got injured. And a lot of people agree with me at that time that Jabari Parker on pace to win rookie of the year. And then as soon as we found out that he would potentially win it over Andrew Wiggins, next thing you know, he went down with the ACL injury, and Andrew Wiggins went up and up and up with his numbers, still in the rookie showcase, the rookie sophomore game MVP, and averaging more points as the season went on. And he had competition with Jabari, and then after that, it was no more competition for Andrew Wiggins. So Jabari Parker showing you that he can play. He's seasoned. He's smart. He plays like a veteran. He understands the game. He's coachable. He wants to get more knowledge. He wants to be great. And he puts the work in. Because if you come back from two major surgeries like that and can give you still score the basketball and still be athletic, that's work ethic. Because it's hard to come back from ACL injury anyway. Remember when Zach LaVine he came back, he didn't look the same. He didn't look right. Jabari came back in the last couple of seasons. He looked like he still didn't even get injured. So that just show you that how hard this guy works and how much he wants to be great. And in the East, he can definitely be an all-star if he can get to that 18, 20 points a game, and the Bulls is close to that playoff spot, because it's a lot of players have left the East, opening up vacancies for other players to come in and steal those spots. And since there's a lot of opening even in the playoffs, you can potentially see the Bulls be a seventh or an eighth seed or a ninth or a 10th seed. And if he puts up enough shots, and he's going to be the starting small forward, and he's going to be a primary guy on the offensive end, because I don't see them paying him $20 million a year, and they lack a small forward. So he's going to have a chance to get those minutes and get a lot of shots up, and that can help him become an all-star, which will help him get even more money after his 2 year short-term contract is up, and that can potentially help him. So this can definitely benefit the Bulls, because they get to see him and they get to try him out and see what he can do. But this also helps Jabari prove that he can potentially be a max guy. And when he gets off this contract, he'll be 25 years old. So he can find possibly a 4 or 5 year deal either with the Bulls, because they'll be able to offer him a 5 year deal if he does pan out. And he brings a lot of people to the Bulls games. He's a guy that a lot of people watched in high school. He's a guy that a lot of people watched in college. He's a guy that has been basically a star since he was young. And going back to his hometown teams, kind of like having Derrick Rose, a young promising prospect that can actually play and they actually need. And from coming from Chicago, you're gonna have a lot of people coming there to check and support him, and that brings more people to watch the Bulls games. And the Bulls' attendance haven't been the best, so maybe he can get some help them win some more games, bring some more excitement to the team, and next thing you know, they sell more tickets and have more people in the arena enjoying the games. And they're young, they're athletic, they're mobile. This team could potentially be a good defensive team if they buy in defensively and they really want to be a great defensive team. They have no reason not to. Zach LaVine is athletic. Chris Dunn is athletic. Jabari is athletic. Portis, Wendell, even Laurie Marketing is mobile and athletic for his position. So this team is young, so they're going to have to go through some growing pains of learning to play with each other, learning their spots, building the chemistry, trying to get on the same page while also trying to win. As a young team that hasn't really done any winning. Remember, none of these players have really been a part of a winning organization in the NBA that's in that starting lineup. And Jabari Parker has made the playoffs a couple times, but he hasn't really made it when he plays significant time in a significant minutes. So we'll see if they can make a run at that 7 or 8 seed, because this is something that they have not really did, which is win. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but they is in the East. They get to play against a lot of bad teams, some good teams that should be beatable for them, and you got a couple top heavy teams in that 1 through 5 in the East. So they're not as difficult to beat. They're not too far away from this Bull team, but this Bull team still got to learn how to win. And once they do that, maybe when Jabari Parker contract gets up, maybe they can say, hey, we want to keep this guy, and we give him the 4 or 5 years, and let's try to build on becoming a championship contender in the East. And that's something that they don't have right now, because they don't know what they got, and they don't know what they're going to do. They don't know how good Zach LaVine going to be in the future, because he didn't look that well after the ACL injury. But now with a full offseason, to get a training camp, to get a preseason, maybe they can bring out the best in each other, and hopefully they can get back on track and get back to where they was a couple years ago, which was the Eastern Conference Finals, competing for a championship with a young and growing and an aspired roster. And if they're able to do that, then this is a good pickup for them, even if he doesn't. Even though it's a 2-year deal, I should say. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. If you want to see how the t-shirts look, it will be on my Facebook page. Click the link, it'll send you to my Facebook page. Click the link, it'll send you to my website. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And also, remember, if you have Summer League, I will be there. I'm about to head out right now. So come meet me, come say what up, come take a picture, and let's go.